Original. Create an original or self-inflicted with your flavor something. Yes, we human beings are very silly. Otherwise, we would not survive in this world. There is a thing called dopamine. Also, there are several others. Keeps you going, of course. Do you follow what I'm trying to say? Something you like to write, something you like to say, something you like to tell others, and others will give a clapping. What a boy, what a lovely work you have done. That is how life goes. There was a great man, in fact. We're talking about a far off country, November 22nd, 1963. A celebrated, highly prestiged, highly respected, also highly made scandalous because he had several affairs, including with Marilyn Monroe and Anita Ekberg, some 11, 12 women of America, United States of America. At that time, in addition to his own wife, and the presidency he was holding. He held the presidency for 2 years. His famous dialogue was, do not ask what America can do for you. Ask what you can do for America. Yes, I hope you understand whom I am talking about. He wrote a book which went to win the Nobel Prize, Profiles in Courage. He was a great Navy record rather. He rescued himself and other of his team. And he won great medals for that. This is the John Fitzgerald Kennedy. Great character, great man. But unfortunately, today was the day in the course of history in 1963 when Lee Harvey Oswald, another one, top of a building, 7-story building on the side of the road, Dallas, Texas, afternoon time, almost noontime. He shot 3 times and one bullet passed through 2 people, Governor Connolly and also Kennedy. Second bullet passed through Kennedy's head. Third bullet hit the car. And that is how he died instantaneously. Kennedy was murdered, he was assassinated. Kennedy had records like the Cold War, he wanted the Cold War. What he wanted is not clear here, of course. He had a long association with his 12 of his extramarital girlfriends, the famous one being, as I said earlier, Marilyn Monroe and Anita Ekberg. He wrote a book, Profiles in Courage. When we were students long ago, 1963, after he was killed, there was a great deal of propaganda or maybe news items about him. Even in Nepal radio, I remember listening to the Nepal radio. We didn't have any other resources at that time. I remember being highly influenced by the way they described the whole event, and I went on to read more and more about him, more and more about John Fitzgerald Kennedy, I was also impressed. And this is important in our learning. Of course, he was killed. Do our leaders, our Prachandaji, Baburamji, all these people, have they read about this? I doubt it very much. They might say a similar dialogue like, the other one who came much, much, much later. He tried to copy Kennedy, I mean, another American president, and he had an affair with his own intern, Monica Lewinsky, and his wife is still there. He's still trying to fight elections. Hillary Clinton. And this Clinton guy, I don't like him. I like more Kennedy because at that time, that Bay of Pigs disaster was avoided at the last moment, the Ninth Fleet, and Cuba, he wanted Cuba to be free from communism. Kennedy, I mean, John F. So there's a great deal of things to learn. I've just assimilated something which I think you might like it, because today being the day when he was killed, if he had not been killed, if Lee Harvey Oswald, another character, another prolific character, you read about him, he was shot before anything could be made out by a guy called Jack Ruby, who was a nightclub owner in front of the police. The picture is there for you to see. If you like to see, you know all this, I'm sure. You have read a great deal of history. And there is another one, similar one, Diana. Diana married another guy and then she killed herself, or the driver drank too much, and there is also a type of massacre or assassination. In the same way, Onassis married Jackie. Jackie was the ex-wife of Kennedy guy. She married this Onassis. Why? Why did Diana marry? Why did Diana marry that Arab millionaire? See, this women's mind moves in mysterious way. अगर खुदा भी पहचान नहीं सका, औरों को हम लोग क्या पहचान? With that, I think I'll end part of it. We can talk more, but it's a long topics. If Kennedy would have been alive, if he was there before Lyndon Johnson, maybe the course of history in the world would have changed, because America, whether you like it or not, it makes a great impact. What happens in America, like they say, you see, if the part is, the part of American people, or the president of America, USA, in the White House is resounded all over the world. I am not in this kind of thing. I am not in favor of this kind of thing. Look what is happening now. Look what is, let me add a few more here, because today, November 22nd, Kennedy was killed. In addition to this, there are several things in course of history. But in the history, in the place, in the present time, where we are, the merciless war, Israel, Hamas, both think they are right. Both think they are right. Today they are going to release, it says, 50 people an hour. Our guy who is there, who is also a part of the hostage, his name is Sam Joshi. I put a picture of him in my Twitter account if you like to see, because they have clearly said 50 hostages for 250 or 150 prisoners of Palestine in Israeli prisons, and they have said clearly women and children. Maybe our Joshi guy, who is also there, he seems to be alive from the last clip. Check my Twitter account if you like. Still seems to be alive. He is not going to be let off today, though I made some मैले भगवानलाई, हे भगवान पशुपतिनाथको कृपाले उसको रिहा होस् भनेर यो जोशीको भनेर भनेको छु। तपाईँहरू पनि भन्नुहोस्, कामना गर्नुहोस्। यति भन्दै बन्द गर्छु। लामो भयो, माइन्ड नगर्नु होला। मेरो एउटा भेन्टिलेसन हो। जसरी मैले धेरै 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 नै वर्ष काम गरेँ, जहिले पनि स्वच्छ मन राखेर जति सकिन्छ विषयबारे, वस्तुबारे, विषयवस्तुबारे ठिक ठिक कुरा, सही कुरा, प्रत्यक्ष कुरा, हालसँग मिल्ने कुरा मिलाएर समेटेर आफ्नो कार्य गरेँ। विद्यार्थीहरू खुसी नै रहन्थे। मेडिकल कलेजका विद्यार्थीहरू भनेका ती विभिन्न ठाउँबाट आउँछन्। मेरो मेडिकल कलेजको एक्सपिरियन्स नेपालमा पनि छ, हिन्दुस्तानमा पनि छ, इङ्ल्यान्डमा पनि छ। यी सब कुरा समेटेर यो कुरा भनेको मेरो आफ्नो घमण्ड गरेको होइन, यो कुरा रिलेटेड हो। सम्बन्ध राख्नु होला। लेट्स रिमेम्बर once again what you can do for Nepal. Do not ask. Ha ha ha. That is what our leader will say. They will say, I will do for you. I will amass all the money. जो भी होस् प्रचण्डे, अब त्यो गर्ने रुपी छोडिदिनुहोस् यो गनाउने कुरा। I think we are lost in mud and shit.